Good evening. My name is Aaron. Family name is Shah. Alongside my group mate,
I go by Kaya as well.
by Kaya. So we are Team Circular Economy, and like a few of the topics that we've been introduced to this week, that you might not know about that well, I can certainly say that Team Deep Adaptation can relate. So in order to introduce you to our topic, I would like to raise your attention to a very familiar thing and a very familiar symbol. If anybody who has this cup, if they look at it, the second symbol over here is essentially the symbol for circular economy. And this is a very familiar symbol. So what does it mean that product life is equal to material waste? Every product that you buy, everything that you buy today ends up as material waste at some point. And what circular economy, or moving towards circular economy, we are trying to answer the question, how can we produce products that we would be able to recycle in the future and reuse the same product so we can limit material waste? This is just a textbook definition for circular economy, an economic system that replaces the end-of-life concept with reducing, alternatively reusing, recycling, and recovering materials in production, distribution, and consumption process.
So just our cup of coffee, fashion has been a commonplace in our daily life. That's why it is making a huge impact on our carbon footprints as such. And in order to assess our impact with regards to our fashion behaviors, our consumption patterns, we relied on the ThreadUp fashion footprint calculator. And you can hop on, tag along, scan the code, you can join the survey, or just take a picture. You can do that at the comfort of your home. So this survey rested on an independently commissioned carbon study, which studied the average American consumer's footprint, fashion footprint. And we've surveyed 10 participants from the group, aged 18 to 25, 5 males, 5 females, with 5 from the Asian region and another 5 from European and North African region. And here's what we got. Because of the huge disparity that we have based on their answers, we have picked the median number to represent the middle guy. So he's doing, or he or she is doing 50% better and 50% worse than the other participants surveyed. And here's what we got. I'm going to highlight you in 3 subcategories in terms of buying, washing, and using your clothes, how this middle guy looks like. So he buys clothes 4 times a year with a total number of 12 pieces, from which 20% is from a secondhand shop. And he mostly shops in store. When it comes to washing, he does 5 loads of laundry per month, uses both cold and warm wash, and let the clothes air dry. When it comes to using, he repairs 2 pieces of clothing on average and donate a dominant majority of the unwanted clothing to different sources. So based on all these calculations, this middle guy would contribute to 157.4 kilograms of CO2 emissions. That equals to 2.21.5-hour flights, for example, from San Francisco to Los Angeles. But however, I think the picture still looks promising, because as European youth, we're 79% better than an average American consumer when it comes to fashion consumption. So, hooray. Great. So now we have visualized our impact. But the question is, why do we even care about the issue? So here's an inconvenient fact for you. Secondhand textile trade, or clothing dumping, is being increasingly talked about in the industry and in public debates. Sub-Saharan Africa is the world's largest destination for secondhand clothing. in which 34% of total world exports ended up here in 2021 alone. Just to visualize a little bit more, we're talking about an 1,841 million US dollar business, which represents a 40% increase last year during the middle of pandemic. And why is it also relevant for us in Europe? Because the European Union is among the top exporters of second-hand clothing to Africa until the place was taken over by China last year. And if you would like to dig into these realities in Africa, scan the code or just take a picture right now. This is the documentary film on how globally 70% of our donated clothes ended up being baled and shipped to Africa, so they're traded there. This one, I like the name, Dead White Men's Clothes. It decouples the fact that how second-hand textile trade is working in the capital city of Ghana, Accra. So these two films would help you understand the logic and the fact behind second-hand textile trade from Europe, from China, and from the rest of the world to the sub-Saharan African continent. Now, let's talk a little bit about the positive facts, how our businesses, societies, and individuals are leading the change. Now, when we talk about the business world, they're adapting to a circular business model, which we have sustainable brands such as Patagonia. They have two most prominent initiatives, such as 1% for the Planet, which is a self-imposed earth tax that would support NGOs on the ground. And Wornwear initiative is designed for Patagonia to recycle and repair consumer goods. And they also offer a trade-in program as an incentive for greener consumption practices. For conventional fast fashion brands, they're also adjusting their paces. I worked in Zara this summer, and I enjoyed looking at the labels. So I noticed that more and more clothing garments are made using the Joy in Life standard, which is basically a standard that ensures greener and more eco-friendly materials are put into production as compared to conventional ones. Circularity is also highlighted at Zara by the 3R standard, that is reduce, reclaim, and research. So as much as I said I've enjoyed looking at the labels, I did not enjoy packing the amount of orders during the summer. So I hope you do not consume that much in general. Right.
Okay, so circular economy is a very broad topic, and the reason we chose or zeroed in on fast fashion is because there is something that we can do right now to rethink our fashion choices and our fashion practices so we can actually be on board. And what will happen if you yourself get on board? Let's say per year, if you buy, instead of going to a shop and buying something new, if you buy a second-hand cloth, if you do one less load of laundry a week, or you do cold wash, and if you reuse or repair one item, 37 kg per year, or 37 pounds per year, that will be the reduction in the carbon footprint, which comes out to about 29.5 million kilograms per year.
For residents in Budapest alone.
For residents in Budapest alone.
Budapest, if you're on board, that's how much you can save.
Yes. And what can you do with this t-shirt? We all got this t-shirt. We can use it as a souvenir. Once we use it, sign it as well. And something that's very unique to, I think, a lot of cultures, also Pakistani culture, is one thing we do with old shirts is we turn them into mops. So, you know, towels, whatever. So yeah, bring a bucket and a mop for the circular economy. Thank you very much.